Welcome back to JB Reviews. Now, I've done a few videos on the Z06. You guys know I installed the cold air intake and the throttle bodies from Cellular. Also, my buddy Josh at Truck Stuff helped me install the high flow cats on the car. Today, I'm going to start removing everything to get the exhaust off because tomorrow, the Fab Speed exhaust is going to be here. Now, you already know this because I've already posted a video, but I'm pretty much going back in time in this video. So I'm going to show you guys how to remove the spoiler or high wing, whatever you want to call it. And then we're going to start taking off the bumper too. So what I'll do is, this will kind of be my part one, but you'll see in this video, tomorrow I'm going to get the car up on jack stands. We're going to remove the wheels and the liners. And I'm going to try my hardest not to take apart this cold air intake because unfortunately, I had to take it all apart for getting the cats in there. And so I'm going to be honest with you guys. The design for the inventory cold air intake could be better. And hopefully in the future, they do better brackets because yeah, it's hard to get that thing in there. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the high wing. And what you're going to need is a tamper-proof bit. So I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. I'll try my hardest for you guys to see it. But yeah, right there. It's basically a 5-star. And this is a T30. And you're just removing 2 bolts on the passenger side, 2 bolts on the driver's side. Now, you guys see how ghetto I am. I don't have all the nice tools all the other shops have, but I work with what I have, basically. All right, so there it is. I just used my DEWALT with this piece. I can't remember where I even got that from, but man, that thing comes in handy. So here are all 4 of the bolts. I like to put everything in bags, by the way, just so I don't lose anything, because trust me, things go missing when you work on your car. I don't know what you do with it, but you just lose things. And all this does is just pop up like this. And right there, you guys see there's 4 more bolts to get out. Let's see what size they are. If you are doing your install as you're watching this video, be sure before you unplug your valves to undo the negative battery terminal. You're guaranteed to get a check engine light if you don't do that. Now, you still might get one even if you do it, but you're guaranteed if that battery's not undone. So it happened to me with my throttle bodies. I forgot to undo the battery when I took everything back out to do the cats. Threw a check engine light as soon as I start the car back up. So right here, these bolts here are gonna be a number 10, and then these black ones right there, these are number 7, okay? Get yourself a small power screwdriver. These things come in super handy to get off these 16 torque screws on the top of the bumper here, okay? They're T15s and there's 1 on each edge, so don't forget about those 2 there, all right? And also take note of how tight everything was. These 2 number 7 millimeters were not tight at all, but these 2 10 millimeters were pretty snug. And do you guys see right here? You have some shims in the bumper top, and this is gonna help with alignment. So there's 2 right there, 2, oh, hold on. No, there's 3 here, 2, 1. And then on this side, let's see. On this side, there's none, okay? So I just took a mental note for myself right here. So yeah, just be mindful when you pull this bumper down that you don't lose these shims because again, that's for alignment of the bumper. Now at the bottom of the bumper, you have these T15 torques. So we're gonna remove all of those. We're gonna remove this trim piece too, and these are number 7s. We have to remove those, and they also go underneath this trim piece. So just take all of them out, And when I get the car on jack stands, I'll try to show you as much as I can that way. But yeah, T15s, just take all these out here. And then you're gonna take out all these number 7s there. And then actually, it starts here. Hopefully you guys see that one. Right there. All right, so we got this piece off. There's actually 2 pieces, so you can see that. I just wanted to show you really quickly how it looks when it's installed there. But 16 7mm and then 4 Torx on the edges here. You also have 3 push pins that were pretty much in the center here. So now all we gotta do now is wait till tomorrow to get the car on jack stands. My car is too low, guys. I gotta take off the wheels and I have to remove the wheel well. So I might as well just wait till we get the car on jack stands, so it'll be a little bit easier. So let's go ahead and morph into the future. It's the next day. I got the car on jack stands. I've already pulled off the rear wheels. And so now all we have to do is tackle this trim piece. So there's just 2 T15s right there. And we're gonna take out the entire wheel well because there is a bolt holding the exhaust that we have to get to, and it's been said it's easier to go through the wheel well. So we'll see if that's the case, okay? And on this side, my exhaust came in, so that is the Fab Speed exhaust. But yeah, there's 2 more T15s, and I forgot to mention there is one behind this trim piece. So you guys already saw yesterday in that footage, I pretty much already got everything off down below. So on this side, we're not going to take off the entire wheel well. We're only going to take off just enough so we can get the screws right here. There's 2 7mm and a 10mm behind here. And at this point, we should be able to pull the bumper right off. All right, so right here, you pull this back, and as I mentioned, there was a 15 Torx there. Yeah, 1 bolt, 2, those are 7mm, and then the 10mm is further back. You might need a deep socket, you might, but maybe not. So I had wifey help me with some of this here. So we got all the 15 Torx out, and there's a few 7mm push pins, and just remember the ones at the bottom here, okay? And we also have the bumper off. So once you get all the nuts out here, you have to undo these plugs, which is going to be a tough one. I mean, these were pretty easy. There's just a lot of pressure, but this one is for the camera, and I had to use this tool in my hand. I used this when I did my lowering collars, okay? I had to undo the plugs up front. So I just kind of pushed down. Where's it at? It's actually on the back of the bumper, I'm sorry. But the red tabs, you'll see, this guy worked perfectly for that. It's pushed down and it popped right out. And now you have to unplug the plugs for the valves. So I've already undone those. You're gonna need a pry tool as well, because right here, hopefully you guys can see, they actually have this on there. I don't know if we're gonna reuse this though, but I'll let you guys know. But the plugs here are very easy to undo. They're very easy. I don't know why every plug is not like that. There's one of them, and then the other one is at the very top, right there, okay? So we're pretty much done. There's the factory exhaust system. Now, I did order some stuff here to black this out, and I'll put it for my Amazon store down below. So we're gonna black this out, that way you don't see it. It's gonna still be a heat wrap basically, so it's for this. And I think that's it. Now it's gonna be getting these hangers down. These 2 hangers are easy. You're gonna need some WD-40 for these hangers, okay? Right there, there's one on each side. And then, like I said, we just have to unbolt the exhaust from the cats, and that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not hard, not easy. Yeah, you can see those bolts right there. Those are the hardest ones at the very bottom of that flange there, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. I'm not gonna tell you guys how long it took me to get these bolts out. So I've only driven the car maybe 100 miles and they were already hot. So this took me a while. And man, not excited about putting the other one back in. But here we go. Now we're pretty much wrapping up here. I have the valve installed and I'm gonna show you guys what to do because there is a process here, okay? So let's go ahead and get that other valve off and I'll walk you through what to do. So you guys pretty much see there's 3 bolts holding it in. Those are 10 millimeters. We're gonna take those out. Now once you unbolt these 10 mils, there's a little pin that sits on the arm. We are gonna remove that, okay? And just be sure if you ever in the future think you might go back to stock, just save it. I'll show it to you on the one I've already uninstalled. That way you have an idea. I brought it inside so you can see it. You know what? I can probably show it to you better here. So you see right there, this is the pin that comes out. So you just have to slide it over and then it just slides out like this. So this is what it looks like, okay? You're not gonna reuse that. So now all we have to do is remove this arm from this. Now you probably would be better off keeping this bolted in now that I'm looking at it. But where's my pry tool? All you need is a pry tool to get it off. It just pops right off. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what to do next. But yeah, pry tool is right here, actually, right in front of me. So yep, that's it. So it comes right off. And now we have to install it. You already have bolts supplied by FabSpeed. And this arm's just gonna sit as you saw in the new exhaust. Now all you have to do is just put this in like this. And I like to push this over some and allow it to catch it that way. And that's it. So it's very interesting. It seems like it might fall out, but once you bolt it in, there's no way that's coming out of there. So don't worry about that. But I didn't see a lot of videos on this, so I figured I'd give you a little bit more detail here. I'm pretty much done filming, guys. I am ready to get this done. So if I find anything else to, actually, you know what? Hold on. Now, last thing I'll show you guys, I got this off of Amazon and I'm going to show you where I'm going to be installing this. You guys know that there's like some aluminum heat like wrapping on the back and it's like a chrome material. I want to put this on top of that. I believe that some companies will actually give you like an exact cutout for those. But yeah, this is like a heat barrier too. So I'm just gonna measure it out and I'm gonna cover up that chrome so you can't see it on the back. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. It's pretty much installed on the back of the liner, okay? And then on this side, this one's still installed. So I'm just gonna black this out basically because you guys know that the factory exhaust protrudes out a little bit further, although you can still see some of it back there. But the black will completely mask this basically. And because the FabSpeed does not protrude out as much, you can really see it back there. So I'd rather just cover that now and I think it'll just look better. This is optional, but be sure to get a gasket. This is the part number right there, 231-94206. Just cheap insurance. This thing cost me like, I think $12 at the dealership. So yeah, just have it and just replace it. So we're pretty much back together with the hangers. So you guys can see the orientation of these here, right? So that's the orientation of those two. And you guys see these circular things here? I had to put these on the hanger because they're not that secure basically. So you'll see here, it'll probably make noise. So they do provide these with the kit. You can just tighten them down with an Allen key. This is a 9/64 size. It's kind of a strange one, but nevertheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I would recommend, if you have the cash, just have someone do this for you. This is not easy. I don't think I'll do this again in the future. I think I'll just pay somebody because it's a lot of work and you're gonna run into problems with the cats, I promise. You're gonna run into problems, so unless you take your time, this took me 8 hours. I'm not gonna lie to you, it took me 8 hours, 2 days worth of 4-hour days. So it's not easy, and if you run into issues, you could have even more problems. So I'm telling you, this is just a quick tips and tricks for those who already have the automotive skills, but if you're someone who's going into this for the first time, I don't recommend you do it. So yeah, I just did this for my own sake because hey, I wanted to give Fast Speed a shout out. They have great products and I'm really thankful for their help with this. They really helped me out a lot to get this stuff all together too. So they have great customer service, great warranty, great product, and you gotta pay to play, and this is how you play. One thing I recommend too, remember the orientation of everything. I like to take a lot of pictures when I'm starting a project. That way I kind of remember how everything was set up. So pretty much everything goes back in the exact same. So you guys see those flex joints there. Hopefully you can see down there. There's both sides. Now you see where I need to tighten up those sleeves at, right? So I did go buy some extra tools so I can get in there a little bit easier and tighten those up. So yeah, there's not a lot of room in there, unfortunately. So like I said, it's just one of those things where you're probably throwing a bunch of tools at this thing just to try to get everything in to work flawlessly. All right, guys, first start.